Hello, Morongo Basin and listeners around the world online at Z107.7fm.com. This is your Z107.7 local news for Tuesday, October 7th, 2025. This past weekend's Morongo Basin Orchid Festival raised over $55,000 for high desert charities and nonprofits, up from the $40,000 raised in 2024. The 30th anniversary of the festival took place over the past weekend, and according to Gubler, orchid sales were up 30% this year and represented 67% of the total donation to Basin charities. She added that the weather was perfect, festival goers were excited to play a part, the music was great, and the sherry baby beer was ice cold. The Morongo Basin Orchid Festival has been bringing rare, beautiful, and unique orchids to the Landers area for 3 decades, and it's estimated that the Gubler family have donated over 7 figures to Morongo Basin nonprofits over the years. In August, Chris and Debbie Gubler received a Yucca Valley Spirit Award for their contributions to the town and the Morongo Basin. We'll have a link to that story at our website, z1077fm.com. 29 Palms Council member Octavia Scott is holding a community roundtable on housing and homelessness this upcoming Wednesday, October 8th at 5:30. It's being held at the Lucky Park Activity Center at 74325 Joe Davis Drive. Scott says this will be a place for open dialogue where residents can share ideas, concerns, and solutions as we address the challenges of housing and homelessness in 29 Palms. Everyone is welcome to the roundtable, and the council member says he looks forward to hearing directly from residents. The California Department of Fish and Wildlife meets Wednesday and Thursday in Sacramento. Amongst the many items on the agenda for the 2-day meeting is a request for a 6-month extension to deliver a 1-year status review report on the petition to list the western burrowing owl as a threatened or endangered species under the California Environmental Quality Act, or CEQA. There's also going to be general public comments for items not on the agenda. Notably, the Western Joshua Tree Conservation Plan is absent since its acceptance in August's meeting. The CDFW have released an updated frequently asked questions page on the Western Joshua Tree Conservation Plan. We'll have a link to that and this week's meeting agenda, which contains remote viewing instructions. That's all going to be at z1077fm.com. If you're looking a way to support the Joshua Tree National Park, Annalise Kuiper brings us details on the I Heart Joshua Tree benefit dinner and auction.
Joshua Tree National Park Association is hosting the I Heart Joshua Tree benefit dinner and auction on Saturday, November 1st, 2025, from 5 to 8 p.m. Located at the historic 29 Palms Inn, 73590 Inn Avenue in 29 Palms, this special evening will feature a delicious dinner, open bar, and live music. Heartfelt stories will be shared by speakers representing Joshua Tree National Park. Guests will also have the opportunity to bid on unique items and experiences during the live auction, including items donated by BNP Paribas Open, Palm Springs Air Museum, Summit Climbing Guides, Stargazing Joshua Tree, Love Always Tattoo, and many other items. Proceeds from the event will directly support Joshua Tree National Park Association's programs that help ensure the protection and preservation of the national park for future generations. For information on tickets to the I Heart Joshua Tree benefit dinner and auction, please see the link to this story on our website. Due to limited space, early reservations are encouraged. Reporting for Z107.7 News, I'm Annalise Kuiper.
The High Desert Nature Museum invites inquisitive young minds aged 9 to 14 to discover the fun in the fundamentals of science, technology, engineering, art, and math through a series of STEAM workshops being held on the second Saturday of each month, starting October 11th and running through March 14th. The program will introduce students to a different STEAM subject each workshop and investigate fields like biology, chemistry, graph theory, geometry, and topology through the power of play. Registration is required and space is limited. The cost is $15 per workshop. You can visit the museum's website at www.highdesertnaturemuseum.org for a complete list of dates or to register for the workshops. Don't miss out on the opportunity to explore the fascinating and sometimes surprising world of STEAM. A group of Morongo Valley residents calling themselves Morongo Valley Projects are aiming to put their town further on the map as a regular stop for the basin's 4 million annual visitors, starting with their Discover Morongo Valley packet they've constructed for the Highway 62 art tours. Reporter and fellow Morongo Valley resident Gabriel Hart caught up with the Morongo Valley Project spokesperson Foster Tucker to gain a closer look at the free packet as well as insight on the group's motives.
Morongo Valley has both a blessing and a curse. Its unique placement as the first town to greet you in the Morongo Basin with so much to offer, yet most visitors literally speed right past it, creating a dangerous element on the already hazardous stretch of the Highway 62. In addition, Morongo's various family-owned businesses struggle for patronage despite the millions of cars that drive through it on the way to Joshua Tree. But Foster Tucker, the spokesperson of the new community group Morongo Valley Projects, says he and his fellow residents have taken action to encourage visitors to slow down and stay a while to take advantage of what Morongo Valley offers.
The people in Morongo really are sick and tired of people going 100 miles an hour through Morongo. And you can do two things about it. You can spend years with Caltrans trying to get more stoplights and speed traps, or you can give people a reason to want to stop in Morongo. So what we decided, before we waste time on lobbying, that we came up with the first ever comprehensive directory to not only where to shop and what to eat, but where to have the experiences in Morongo Valley.
Morongo Valley Projects is currently being grassroots funded by its half-dozen members who hope they can eventually turn into an NGO, or non-governmental organization, with the baseline aim to simply, quote, help everybody. Tucker hopes the end goal can be a return to a Morongo Valley Chamber of Commerce like the town had years ago.
If we don't do something ourselves as people who love this area and want to see it preserved, no one is going to help us. Not a single person.
Take it from me.
Morongo Valley Project's Discover Morongo Valley packet contains a who and where we are statement, which ensures the town, quote, endeavors to remain rural and to grow the local economy with independently owned businesses, unquote. The packet is robust with advertisements of these businesses, as well as a list of experiences unique to Morongo, like the Big Morongo Canyon Preserve, Laster Ranch Animal Rescue, and landmarks like the Morongo Indian Village Historical Marker. To bolster awareness of Morongo's need for highway safety, there's also an educational newsletter from the CHP. You can pick up the free Discover Morongo Valley packet at any Morongo Valley business, as well as the various stops in town at the Highway 62 art tours. Reporting for Z107.7, this is Gabriel Hart.
It's officially spooky season here in the high desert now that one of Joshua Tree's most famous residents is all dressed up. Here with more is News Director Jeff Harmatz.
It's officially the Halloween season, and high desert landmark Big Josh has once again transformed for the holidays. Big Josh is the enormous fiberglass man who overlooks 29 Palms Highway from the station in Joshua Tree. The storefront, owned by married couple Steve Halterman and Glenn Stiegelman, serves as a destination for novelties and fashion, so it's no surprise they regularly dress up their enormous mascot. I asked them about the origin of Big Josh.
He was down in the Salton Sea. He was considered the Mecca cowboy. And he was at a place that was called Poor Richard's Western Auto. But he stood there from I think George said that they got him around 1980 from a local date farm. Throughout the years, Big Josh stood there and became in disrepair. His head had fallen off. So it was taken down and leaned up against him. And then this dude named George talked to the owner of the property, and she wanted to sell it. And he loaded it up on a trailer and brought it to the Yucca Valley Swap Meet.
Yeah, and we happened to be there. Glenn happened to be there that day. So he literally fell into the right hands. But he was, for the most part, intact. We took him on a car carrier up to the house, pulled him into pieces into the garage, and fixed all the fiberglass, fixed all the holes, and then repainted him, put him back together, got the clearance from the county, which took a long time. And then one Saturday morning, all of a sudden, a crane came and we tipped him up, and it was a big surprise. There he is.
You have taken to dressing him up on Halloween and other holidays as well.
Yes.
What was the first time you dressed him up?
I think that from what we can tell, it looks like it was in 2019. We dressed him up as a vampire. That was the first Halloween. And then we've done it every year since.
And we've done fun things like on 420, or on May the 4th.
But also, the older we get, the more we realize that climbing up there is not the most safe, isn't the safest thing we should be doing. So now we pretty much are sticking to Halloween.
I'm pretty good at it. I'm not afraid of heights, and I'll climb that thing very quickly. It's become a tradition for, some locals. I grew up, we had one in Wisconsin. We had a Paul Bunyan. We went to a lot as a family.
Yeah.
So I have those memories, and I'm happy that we're creating those memories for a lot of people here.
What has been your favorite outfit so far?
The Mummy.
Yeah, I think the Mummy as well.
The Mummy, and I think, was that 2021? I mean, it just came out so good.
It looked like a piece of art. So this year, hopefully, will be a redemption of last year because I was not happy with last year, which was Michael Myers. It didn't turn out that great. So I'm trying to make up for it.
So tell us about this year's costume.
Well, we never tell anybody. It's always a secret. But a good hint to it is that what monster would he turn into if we were waiting for the full moon?
If you want to go see Big Josh in his Halloween costume, just pop by the station, located on the highway on the east side of downtown Joshua Tree. You literally can't miss Big Josh. Reporting for Z107.7, I'm Jeff Harmatz.
And keep your eyes pointed to the skies tonight from 6 to 10 p.m. because the Vandenberg Space Force Base is going to be launching a SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket carrying 28 Starlink satellites into low Earth orbit. Those are those long lines of lights you see in the sky. Don't worry, it's not an invasion. It's just Elon Musk up there doing his thing. And that's your local news for Tuesday. You can hear local news 7 times a day, 7 days a week at 7, 8, 9, noon, 4, 5, and 6. More Morongo Basin residents get their local news from Z107.7 than any other source. Reporting out of Joshua Tree, California, alongside the award-winning Z107.7 news team, I'm Robert Hayden.